The next morning dawned in a whirlwind of activity around the central tree of Woods Grove. More than 100 armed Noonians, Pixify, and elves, both male and female, along with a contingent of gruff-looking dwarfins, converged on the council building and the Grand Library. Curious residents perched on wooden structures at various heights within the mighty tree's early morning shadow, crowding the open spaces and gardens of the council district on the vast circular platform that encircled the tree's base. High above, the Selene lay berthed at the main Zeppelin station, where Captain Grinwa had been joined by Machar and his formidable skyship dreadnought. A squad of rough-hewn, heavily armed troll warriors stood ready aboard, poised to plunge into the fray should Fae's mission falter. The High Priestess had issued strict orders to all, hold back and remain hidden unless the enemy posed an imminent threat. Until then, no interference in the delicate negotiations with Jackson, who had dispatched an early morning radio message to Machar's radio set, asking him to contact Fet Fae to come alone to the site of the second base in the Dead City, an open area near a recently toppled tower on the Long Road. It lay not far from Jackson's hidden lair, scarcely 3 leagues away, and he had trudged there through the night, his armor slowly draining of power and weighing like lead with every laborious step. At Woods Grove's heart, Fae stood clad in rugged leather armor from head to toe. The gleam of lightweight, ether-infused pixie gold plating shielded her vital areas, while toughened leather boots braced her feet. Sheathed twin katana blades hung at her hips, her wings and form humming with ether that lent her a subtle, radiant glow. Her eyes sparkled like distant stars, casting her as an ethereal, imposing force, even among the Pixify. Maya was attired in a matching ensemble, her presence a mirror of poised lethality. Anwen, the youngest of the 3 sisters and woefully naive in the ways of war, had been confined to Woods Grove despite her vehement protests. She dared not defy Maya's command. Rhea had joined their ranks as well, wielding a potent projectile weapon and clad in elven armor akin to the Pixify's sleek design. Yet Fergie's, the humble towering giant, was nowhere to be found, a fact that gnawed at Fae even as she steeled herself for the task ahead. She presumed he would appear in time. After all, his home lay far to the west in the rugged canyonlands. Mid-afternoon brought a capricious sky, laced with bursts of sunshine and drifting clouds. The combatants boarded the 2 skyships, moored at the edge of the High Council Plaza's expansive platform. From the smaller terraces and bridges woven high into the deep branches of the ancient trees, townsfolk appended wooden woven buckets of wildflowers, sending a shimmering cascade drifting lazily downward. Petals blanketed the lower expanse around the docks, a gentle benediction upon the brave souls embarking on their perilous journey. This age-old rite, bestowing good fortune and safe passage upon those bound for great battles, had not graced Woods Grove in 1,000 years. The cataclysmic wars waged over scarce early resources had long faded from the realm, and with them, the fierce imperatives that once scarred the collective memory of the tribes. Fae and Maya stepped aboard the Selene. Maya leaned in close, her voice a murmur of caution. "Keep your distance from Jackson, little one. And if it unravels, flee without hesitation." Fae nodded, her resolve steadying like a drawn blade. Captain Grinwa struck the resonant copper bell, its toll echoing through the canopy. The twin craft stirred to life, their ether engines thrumming with pulsating vigor. Like colossal beasts rousing from slumber, the skyships ascended through the labyrinthine sprawl of Woods Grove's great trees, slipping outward from the broader embrace of the Druin forest toward their southern destination, a grueling voyage ahead. Tensions coiled tight aboard, but the crew sought distraction in camaraderie. On the upper decks, warriors mingled, some honing the edges of their weapons with ritualistic care, others shuffling the arcane decks of elven card games. A few sought solace in mugs of shroom ale at Grinwa's sturdy bar, laughter and clinking glasses weaving a fragile veil over the shadow of confrontation. Fae lingered alone at the bow, the skyship slicing effortlessly through the sky. A whisper of wind kissed her face. Her thoughts churned like storm-tossed waves, doubts and frailties assailing her. The turmoil in Jackson's mind haunted her most. Was he truly Jackson, or the specter of Ulysses? She grasped only fragments of its meaning, sensing instead a demonic essence coiled within his tormented soul, a darkness that chilled her to the core. A gentle hand settled on her shoulder, yanking her from the maelstrom. "Are you holding steady, little sister?" Maya's voice was soft as she eased onto the deck beside her, one arm unfurling to draw Faye into a warm, enveloping embrace, the same steadfast anchor she had always been amid encroaching shadows. In the grand library, Professor Arcana perched near a sweeping arched window in his study, his gaze locked on the yellowed pages of an ancient tome. He pored over its script with meticulous fervor, the cryptic old tongue now yielding its secrets thanks to the etheric transference from Faye weeks prior. Some passages unraveled clearly before him, others remained veiled in enigma. A flicker of movement outside snared his attention.